Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah. Hope uh, um, you can hear me. So please don't hesitate to answer here in the chat box if you can hear me well. So let's wait a bit so that people who subscribe, joins. So wait 1 or 2 more minutes, inshallah ta'ala, then we start the presentation. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Yeah, so I was saying, let's wait a bit for 1 or 2 more minutes, inshallah, so that then we begin this session, inshallah. So, yeah, just bear with me. Okay, inshallah. Okay, means people will join. Inshallah, we'll start the session because it's going to be 1.5 hours. So, and we have plenty of slides to go through. So, it's better to start now. Even people want to join, they will join, inshallah. And it's also it will be it will be also recorded, so and put in YouTube as well. So afterwards, people can watch it on YouTube as well. So okay, I hope everyone can hear. So Brother Muhammad, do you hear me well? You hear me well? Okay, fine. Alhamdulillah. So let's start the session, inshallah. اوكي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسولك الكريم. ما بعد الحمد لله ربي يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بخير وبك نستعين يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم واغفر وارحم انت خير الراحمين. ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين لنكونن من الخاسرين لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وقال الله عز جل وعلا: يا ابن آدم تفرغ لعبادتي املأ صدرك غنى أو أسد فقرك وإلا تفعل ملأت صدرك شغلا ولم أسد فقرك. أو كما قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد. So welcome to the session of time management according to Qur'an and Sunnah. So it's a short course offered uh, by Darul Ilm Birmingham. MashaAllah, it's a free course. Inshallah, the idea of this type of short course is to give an insight on a specific topic, and so that people, mashallah, can get to know and inshallah try to practice upon these topics. So let's begin the session with some manners and etiquette, inshallah. So it's important whenever we start an action presentation, whatever we do, mashallah, in the life, it's important that we think ahead what we want to do and what the purpose of this action is for. So first of all, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So we start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Yeah, and we put the right intention. So here, the sincere intention is really important. Inshallah ta'ala. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ إِمْرِئٍ مَا نَوَى. So actions are depending on the intention, and everyone will be awarded, retributed upon the intention that the person had for this specific action. So really important why we are here and what we want take away from this session. And on top of that, the concentration, khushu' is really important for this course, especially when we do online, because when we are in front of the ustaz, yeah, it's different. Yeah, so you're in the conference room and you look to the ustaz, and usually people are really quiet, really peaceful, with mindful and concentrating towards the ustaz. But when you are online, the subject is different. Yeah, the subject is different because you're online. It can be on your on your cell phone. You can be on your smartphone, on your computer, laptops, and you can be really bothered. You can be bothered. Yeah, you can be what do you say? You can be uh, disturbed with the notification that you can have in your computer, in your phone. So please, to have your full concentration, to be and to benefit properly, inshallah ta'ala, please switch off all your notifications. And in during this session, you might have some questions. So I'll try to give you some space for that. So please use this. So do not interrupt me with questions in the chat box, please. And if you have any sound issue, I can see some has some sound issue. Try to log back in and ensure that your settings and your, especially your Flash plugins is properly up to date, and check your sound. It should be fine, because at my side everything is okay and people can hear me. So for me, the job is done. So please ensure that you can hear. And this session anyway is recorded, so please, no worry, you can also have access to that offline. Walillahi alhamd. So now the agenda of this course for today will be the follow. So first of all, I'll try to present you shortly Darul Ilm Birmingham. What is Darul Ilm? What we offer inside, and then inshallah we'll add towards the time and management definition. What is the time? What is the management? And how it's related with Islam. And then we will delve into time management itself according to the Islamic perspective, so Qur'an and Sunnah. And then I'll inshallah ta'ala try to provide you some tips, techniques of time management that you can use wisely, inshallah, in your life, so that you can benefit from it. And then we'll wrap up, inshallah, and finish this course. And the course duration is 1.5 hours, inshallah. I'll try to manage it properly within this time frame, so no need. I don't think we needed to stay more. Anyway, in my time schedule, Maghrib will start, so I need to anyway start. So let's inshallah start. So the objective of this course, hopefully, and according to my the way it's designed and what I feel that you will learn, inshallah ta'ala, is to understand as a Muslim that time management is our basic requirement. Everything is related to time. And this course will be a reminder for those who practice time management. Those who practice already time management in their life, it's just a reminder and also some insight with the Islamic overview. And then I'd like also to give an introduction for those who do not know what is time management is. This is an introduction, and also to provide, as I told you a bit earlier, tips and techniques of time management. So let's begin with Darul Ilm Birmingham. So Darul Ilm Birmingham, what is it? Well, Darul Ilm Birmingham, it's classical madrasa system based on Dars Nizami syllabus. So Dars Nizami syllabus, it's a syllabus designed from the Indian subcontinent, mashallah, in many madaris in the Indian subcontinent, and all sister madaris which is coming from in the Indian subcontinent, which whether it is in the UK, whether it is in the South Africa, in US, Canada. So these are all based in the same syllabus called Dars Nizami syllabus. So designed in 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, depending on the madaris. And Darul Ilm Birmingham Madrasa has been established in August 2013 in the UK, Birmingham. Yeah, and the founder of this institute is Mufti Muhammad Tawsir Miyah, Damat Barakatuh. So, and yeah, just put a the address. So for those who are live in the UK, can mashallah easily go there and check. And for those who are living outside, mashallah, anyway, I'll give in a few slides away, mashallah, website links and everything that you need, so that you can get access to this madrasa. So to know a bit more regarding our founder, which is Mufti Muhammad Tawsir Miyah, mashallah. So just a moment, I think some have some issue. Okay, so to know a bit more about our founder, Mufti Tawsir, mashallah, he's a graduate of Darul Ilm as a Hafiz, Alim, and Mufti. Yeah, mashallah, he has a quite wide range of knowledge, mashallah. As I'm, mashallah, with him for more than now 5 to 6 years now. So, mashallah, I can witness and also testify how knowledgeable he is. And currently he's teaching at the Sheikh al-Hadith in Darul Ilm Birmingham. He's also graduated not only in the Islamic scholarly tradition, but as well as in the Dunyawi tradition as a Bachelor of Arts in Law, mashallah, from the Birmingham University. And mashallah, he has toured all over the world to deliver Islamic talks, workshops, sessions, mashallah. And even next week, mashallah, he's traveling to US for 10 days tour, where mashallah he's gonna diffuse and and teach people in the US. And mashallah, he is also a mufti. So as a mufti, mashallah, he serves the Muslim community not only within the UK, and he helps as well out of the UK, and through answering the questions, needs, challenges of the Muslim community, and especially all his fatwas can be found on daruliftabirmingham.co.uk. And he's also an editor of the magazine called Al-Mujib, which is a quarterly magazine. And he's a really inspirational human being, a leader, mashallah, who strives to, coach, help people to change and come towards Allah Ta'ala through his madrasa and all his efforts that he put on the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So his vision of a madrasa, serving the Muslim community has been made into reality through Darul Ilm. So his vision, the reality of his vision is the madrasa. And if you see our madrasa, it's something special that I can say is, mashallah, we deal with you know all contemporary issue that people can face. That's we can see, inshallah, in our mission and vision. So in our mission, our vision, what we strive for, we work hard for, is for the reformation of students, of Muslims, educate seekers of Islamic knowledge, to have the proper knowledge all over the world, with a link which is not broken to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So if you come join us, then you will benefit from this classical scholarly tradition which is linked, without any interruption to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And then we coach ulamas and seekers, and push them to become role models of their Muslim community where they live. And by this madrasa, we want to spread the Islamic knowledge, yeah, of course, and encourage people, mashallah, who come come out of this madrasa to establish their own institution, their own makatib, so that they can also be beneficial for their community. And we emphasize on learning continuously. You don't just you follow, you come to the madrasa, you do your job as a student. But not only this, mashallah, you will see this madrasa, especially Mufti Sahib, will push you to go and learn more and be in the continuous process of learning. One of the reasons that I'm teaching here today, this session, is also a part of this. And our focus is also in the to answer the needs of the diverse Muslim community, which is in the UK, which is in the world, through internet. Yeah, and we offer alimiya courses and facilities to empower women, because women is half of the ummah. So if you see, in fact, woman is the full ummah, because either mashallah, she is a daughter or she's a mother, so everyone comes from mother, subhanallah. And even the father has a mother, so the mother is really and in extension, women is a pillar of our community, and we want to empower them through our mission and vision. And of course, mashallah, and last but not least, we want to promote tolerance, understanding, because with the good and sound understanding of Islam, mashallah, you can promote tolerance, understanding of each other within your community. So our mission, to say it in one sentence, one is to serve the challenges and needs faced by the wider community, and that's the foundation of our vision. So now let's check what we offer for that. So we have a various range of short courses in Arabic, fiqh of marriage, time management, tajweed course, book of manners, adab. And we also provide for the community many contributions, such as litter collection, youth club, mashallah, to give tarbiyah to the youth and also make them have fun. And we have some free rivet classes, hifz and maktab for children and for adults, and also weekend tuition class for academic knowledge. And then we offer alimiya course as well, and a specialization course. So I'm currently a student of the Alimiya course, either online or on-site. I'm an online student. And we have online on-site students as well, brothers and sisters. And once you finish your Alimiya course, then you have choice within three special course, whether you become a specialist in hadith or in ifta to become a mufti, or in tafsir, so that you can indulge deeply into tafsir of the Quran and become a very good scholar on tafsir knowledge. So these are our various courses that we offer, mashallah. So who am I? That's the question. Today I'm teaching you. You want to know, you can see, nowadays with the internet, mashallah, there's so much, but you don't know the background. So I'd like to, by this slide, to provide you my background so that you know who am I. So I'm Tamim from France. So first of all, forgive me for my English if I have any slackness in my English. I'm French, baby. So sorry for that. I'll try my best. Then I'm a final year student in the Alimiya program, mashallah, and I'm also a working professional with a 10 years experience in project management. And yeah, and I'm really pleased to host and present this course for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, make it beneficial for you and inshallah beneficial for me. Ameen. Rabbil Alameen. So this slide just, you can, there are some QR codes. You can just photo it so that you can have access to our website, which is here. Our website here is our IFTA website, and we are also present in the social media links. Okay, now let's begin. The time and management. Here, I'd like to provide you some definition and open some discussion on what is the time and what is the management. Bismillah. So time in Islam, Allah Ta'ala has mentioned everything in the Holy Quran. The Quran al-Karim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned everything. And the Quran is our hudan lil muttaqeen, is a guidance for the muttaqeen, in fact for everyone. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has stated inside the Holy Quran the importance of the time. And if you go through the Quran, there's so much reference to time. But here what I want to just to focus some few ayats. So our very purpose of life, what is it? Is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Him only. That's what is mentioned in this ayat. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون. الله هو الرزاق ذو القوة المتين. Dhariyat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse, what does He say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I have only created jinns and men that they may serve me. No sustenance do I require of them, nor do I require that they should feed me. For Allah Ta'ala is He who gives all sustenance, Ar-Razzaq, Dhul Quwwa, Lord of power, and Mateen, steadfast forever. This is the whole purpose of our life, is to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. We don't want to, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not require from us that we strive for our rizq, that we feed people. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want this. He wants from us only one thing, is al-ibadah. So we should use our time to worship Allah Ta'ala instead of doing some other useless things. So here we can just see two main points. Time to worship. We need to get time to worship Allah Ta'ala. And because our life is made of time. And then avoid useless things. Just remember these 2 points. Time waster, useless things. And what the time is described in the Sunnah. There's many ahadith about this, but just ponder over this one. أخرجه أحمد والترمذي وحسنه وابن ماجه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال الله تعالى, this is hadith قدسي, قال الله تعالى ابن آدم تفرغ لعبادتي املأ صدرك غنى وأسد فقرك وإلا تفعل ملأت صدرك شغلا ولم أسد فقرك أو كما قال. What does it mean? Abu Hurairah narrated that Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, indeed Allah Ta'ala said, O son of Adam alayhi salam, devote yourself to my worship, free your time, make all the arrangement that you need to my worship. I will fill your chest with riches, wealth, barakat, and alleviate your poverty and protect you from poverty so that you don't, you know, stretch your hand for asking someone. And if you do not do so, so if you don't take all what is necessary, steps, measures to fulfill in devotion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what's the consequence of that? Is I will fill your hands with problems and not alleviate your poverty. So then you will be in problems and you will be touched by poverty, nuqsan in your rizq, decrease of your rizq. So problems and decrease of your rizq. The problems, what will be the consequence is that we will spend so much time wasting our time in these problems of dunya and then lose time to worship Allah Ta'ala. So it's important that we ponder over that and think, reflect what we can do so that we will be in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala engaged more and more so that we don't care about what's gonna be around us, in terms of risk and so on. Because if you see the people here today, they are everyone working for that. They have fear in the risk. And just you're working in the company, mashallah, and then you hear that your company is not going well. You feel people are not good. They are not feeling well. Because why? Because they say if my company is not well, then they might lay off. And if I'm laid off, then how can I pay my bills? How can I bring food to home? How can I do this? How can I pay back my loans and so on? So there are so much problems in their heads. So they think about that. But we Muslim are like that as well. Why? Because we forgot what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. So it's a reminder for us. We need to look and reflect on that. So taking time to worship Allah Ta'ala will guarantee sustenance, protection from poverty. Failing to do so, loss will occur, problems will appear, poverty will result. So now this is time defined in the Islamic perspective, and there's so much to say. I wanted just to reduce to some important points, but in the Quran, in the Ahadith, you have so much mention of that. But now let's have a look on time defined by the Dunya scholars. What do they say? They say time is what clocks measure, what prevents everything from happening at once, because time makes a schedule of things. It's a linear continuum of instants. So instance by instant, there's a time, a certain period during which something is done. A time is also, I take time to do something, then you take a period of your time to do something. It's also a continuum that lacks spatial dimension, because in the dimension you have space and time. But if you focus on time, space is not there. So, and I think this, what I put in blue ribbon, it's what makes things really clear. It's a dimension in which events can be ordered from the past through the present into the future. So time is as a past, present, and the future, and also the measure of durations of events and intervals between them, because time tells you a measure. I've done such stuff for 3 hours. That's a measure, And when you work at work, they usually ask you, okay, in what time, or how long will you take to do this job? So you give a measurement. So time is a measurement as well. Now let's see what management is. Allah Ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير عليم خبير عفوا. So Hujurat, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? O mankind, we have created you from a male and a female and made you into nations, tribes, so that you may identify, recognize each other, you know, learn from each other, support each other, help each other. Surely the noblest of you in Allah's view, Allah's sight, is the one who is most pious amongst you. Surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all knowing and all aware. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala managed us in a way that we are separated into nations and tribes. But what's the purpose of this management that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said? Is to identify and recognize each other so that we live in tolerance and peace and understanding. And what's the distinction? Yeah, that's what we'll see in the next slide. So, sorry, okay. So what you will see. So in fact, this verse, just a background on this verse is this has been revealed during the Fath Makkah, the conquest of Makkah. And what happened is, at the time of Salah, Bilal radiallahu anhu climbed the Kaaba and for the adhan. But the mushrik that were not yet converted to Islam, one of the mushriks said, "Thank God that my father died before this happened." What happened? A black slave, former black slave, climbs on the Kaaba, which is a most sacred place for them and for us as well. But for them, it's a most sacred place, and the slaves were considered like, dirt. So how can a dirt can be on top of something pure? So that's why what they say, what he said, he did not have to see this bad day. And Harith ibn Isham, which was a Sahabi, remarked out of, I would say, with some trace of ignorance at that time. Could Muhammad not find anyone better than this black crow to sound the adhan in the sacred mosque? And Abu Sufyan, who was freshly converted, said, I do not wish to utter anything for fear that the master of the heavens, Allah Ta'ala, will inform him. So then Jibril alayhi salam, came and told to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam what happened, the discussion what happened. Then this verse has been revealed. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. So what we can derive from this is the Iman is the fuel for life. Through Iman, Allah Ta'ala elevated Bilal radiallahu anhu and gave the honor to climb the Kaaba Sharif and to call for adhan. By this decision, Nabi Sallallahu showed a powerful management message. The worthy should lead, be ahead. And he promoted through this action equality and justice. And with that, by doing so, he showed to everyone, to the mankind, that no outward distinction will prevail. There's no distinction for black, brown, white, yellow, no distinction. Tall, short, no distinction. Only taqwa and akhlaq matters. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. The most honored in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has the taqwa. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by this verse, shows us that by doing a proper management of our life, then we will be able to work on our iman, and we'll be able to be honored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this life and the year after. And by managing properly our life, then we will be worthy of praise in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use us to lead, not by leading, it's not at least by leading your life according to His will. Because I don't think everyone will be a leader, but at least lead yourself. And that's what you can learn from here. And then be a promoter of equality and justice, because this was what Islam teaches us. And then there's no distinction between you and me except the taqwa and akhlaq. These are the qualities of a good manager. And that's we can derive from this verse. And subhanAllah, after this event, Nabi Sallam did a khutbah on the day of Fathu Mecca. And let's see what he said. Nabi Sallam said, "O people, verily Allah Ta'ala has removed the slogans of Jahiliyyah from you, like, this tribes is better than this, or white are better than black, or whatever, things like this, distinctions. And what I think it's based on racism or nationalism and its reverence of its forefathers. So no, there are two types of men. And brothers and sisters, please ponder over this. A man who is righteous, as taqwa, and honorable before Allah. You're righteous, you do right things, good deeds, you have taqwa, then you will be honored in front of Allah Ta'ala. And there's another type of man, a wicked man, who is miserable and insignificant to Allah Ta'ala. So either you're a righteous taqwa, muttaqi and mukram, or you're a wretched one, miserable and insignificant. And Nabi continues, people are children of Adam. Allah Ta'ala created Adam from dust, just to show equality. We are all from dust. So why do you create distinctions? And Allah said, "O people, we have," then Allah Ta'ala, then He recited the verse, Ya ayyuhan nas, so O people, we have created you from a male and female and made you into nations and tribes, that you may know each other. Verily the most honorable of you will, amongst Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will be the one who has most taqwa. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is alimun khabir. So a man who is righteous, as taqwa, honorable, is the man who manages properly his life and takes the most of his time. And a wicked man is miserable. Why? Because he's miserable in his management, in his time management, in how he spent his life, hence his time. As he completely wasted his time, his life, then in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is insignificant. There's no weight. So that's why the management is important. How we will manage. If we will manage to be righteous and come with taqwa, then honor will be ours. And then let's see what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says regarding the management. وعن ابن عمر رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال أنه قال, and this is a مشهور, really famous ahadith, ألا كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته فالأمير الذي على الناس راع فهو مسؤول عن رعيته والرجل راع على أهل بيته وهو مسؤول عنهم والمرأة راعية على بيت بعلها وولده وهي مسؤولة عنهم والعبد راع على مال سيده وهو مسؤول عنه أي مال سيده ألا فكلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن راعيته رواه Muslim. So what does it mean? Listen, beware, every one of you is a shepherd and everyone is answerable with regard of his flock. The caliph, the leader, is a shepherd over the people, and he will be questioned about regarding these subjects. A man is a guardian over the members of his family, and he will be answer. He should answer for that, for this responsibility. A woman is a guardian over the household of her husband and the children, so she will be questioned about this. And a slave here, so a slave in the old age view, but we can say a worker, one who is doing his job, signed a contract for that in his work, then he's a guardian over his function, yeah, for his boss, and you will be questioned, and you will be questioned for that. So you need to give back. That's why every year we do yearly assessment in our job. Why? Because we need to give account of what we did, because we are paying for that. We signed the contract for that. So beware, every one of you is a guardian, and everyone shall be questioned regarding his trust. And brothers and sisters, our trust here is our life, and the life is made of time. So our trust is time. How will you be guardian of your time? How, and you will be questioned regarding your time. How good guardian you were, how bad guardian you were. And if you see a guardian is going to protect his flocks, and you as a guardian, you should protect your time, because thieves are there. They will come to steal your time. So you should be cautious and on your guard every time. Like al-harras, in Arabic we say harras. Harras, the one who has eyes open and looking, and in the edge of a group, so that no thieves, no enemies are coming to attack. So we should be like that, open our time. Subhanallah. So it's really important to manage properly our life and our time. So what management is in a typical business and scholarly point of view in dunya, and the management is defined, because as we have seen already in Islamic point of view how it is, but in the dunya point of view, management means a process of dealing with or controlling things or people. So you manage a process, you manage a contract, you manage things, actions, you can also manage people, wealth. And management means as well the control of and organization of something. You control and you organize something. And also it can mean the organization and coordination of activities of a business, but we can also say life, in your life, daily life, in order to achieve defined objectives. And what is special in our deen is the objectives is defined now, and even what to do, what's our business is defined. Now is up to us to take the time to organize and have the control over our life, so that we can spend this time in a valuable manner, so that we can achieve the objectives, which is the satisfaction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this life and the hereafter. So the management, to put it in one word, is activity of controlling something, of using or dealing with something in a way that is effective. Take here, the takeaway of this slide for me is to be effective. So we have already seen time wasters, and being effective in the way that we manage both. So now, mashallah, we are heading towards the time management in the Islamic perspective. So if you have any question, please feel free. Otherwise, inshallah, we'll go to this this step, inshallah, this section. Okay, then let's start then. So, time management in Islam. The best, I would say, the best example of time management in our deen is this surah al-Asr. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. By time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes here an oath. I swear by time. Indeed, mankind, in khusr, in a great loss. Illa, except الذين آمنوا, for those who have believed. وعملوا الصالحات, and done righteous deeds. وتواصوا, advised each other. بالحق, on truth. And وتواصوا بالصبر, and advised each other to patience. That's the meaning of these ayats. Now let's try to analyze a bit more what's behind and why it's related to time management, inshallah ta'ala. Wal asr. By this verse, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes an oath on time. In fact, that shows the importance of time. Time is an important source because the life fuel, life source for us is time. When we come to this world, we come with some amount of time. Yeah. So, and this is a limited amount of time. It's not unlimited. It's a limited one that has been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And ponder over this athar. And it's coming from Ma'arif al-Qur'an. If you go to the tafsir of Surah Al-Asr in Ma'arif al-Qur'an, you will find this statement, athar. Your life comprises of a few breaths that can be counted. When one of them is sent out, a part of your life has diminished. So yes, each time we breathe, we lose time, hence our life. We are going towards our death. The time that we were born, we started our journey towards our death. And time is rolling and rolling and rolling fast. And Nabi Sallam said it's also part of the end science of Qiyamah, that the time will go fast. It's like, you spend a year, it will be like 40 days. Subhanallah. So times will go fast. So time is an important source that we need to take care. And this is our capital. It's like for a business. You start with the capital, and the capital here is fixed. It's the time frame of our life. So now you have a fixed capital, and then you will start your business journey. That's your life. Your life, it's compared to a business journey. Someone takes the money, goes for business. So it's like this. We have started, we have time, and this is our capital, and we go on business in this life. Innal insana lafi khusr. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says by this your business journey that you want to start with the capital of your time will result. What's going to be the result of this capital? How you will be investing this? The way that you will invest, whether you will have a great loss, or whether in this life and the year after, or whether it's going to be a great success in this life and the hereafter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by this verse, what he says, by default, he says, just give you the default. The default case is a loss. So if you do nothing, you have your time, your life, but you do nothing. You do, you do not strive for submission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You just, do your life laghaw, as we say in Arabic. That's, just void. It's void. And just follow your passion. You don't do any special act for that. Then you're in loss. So you don't strive for your time, for your life, then you're in loss. So that means you take your money for your business, you just spent in your journey, wasting this money, buying useless things, useless stuff, so that your money is wasted. But 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 on the other end, you take this money, then you think about how you will invest so that you can take benefit and I would say and success, then you will be successful. So by this, what we can understand is we need to be a great business angel, a successful businessman with our life, and to choose how we will invest our capital, which is our time. So for that, you need to ensure and be aware and avoid as much as you can time wasters. All the thieves of your time should be avoided. So I stress on this point, beware of your time wasters. That's what you should understand from here. And illa, it's really important, this illa, because now, so by default you're in a loss. So if you do not want to be in a loss, then what you should do, illa, the exception, to not be in the loss situation, what do you want to do is, then you need to avoid, monitor, and do actions which are required to reduce your waste with due care. You need to work and find a solution how you can reduce your waste. That's what's meant by illa. الذين آمنوا. This is the fuel. This is your energy. You will, use it. Your iman will be your iman, and safety will be your energy that will support you, help you to find the right way to not lose. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَةِ. These are the actions that will make that is your investment. So if you invest your time in good deeds, then you will be not in loss. Ponder over what is said here. كل ناس يغدو فباعئ نفسه فمعتقها أو موبقها. It's a hadith of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. When a person wakes up in the morning, he invests his soul or life in a business. Some of the investors, free or save the capital from loss, and others will destroy it. That's typically what I said. It's a business, and you need to be, if you go to the market, you won't buy things which is really expensive. You try to bargain, ensure that you can buy on the right price. But just be the other side. Now you want to sell, you want to invest. Try to invest with smartly so that you can get the best of it. So in your daily life, you think about like this, then ponder over your own life, because your time, this is your value, your asset. You need to ensure this asset is not lost. So you need to save it so that you can be successful. So just we have the five pillars of Islam. So we have seen the Iman. Now let's look at the four other pillars, because these are the main actions. MashaAllah, there's many good actions, but just focused on these four special actions. The five daily salah. If you see, this 5 daily salah is our foundation of time management for a Muslim, because your life, it's a time management over the day. Your day is managed between these 5 salahs. And as Allah said, in اختلاف الليل والنهار, with the changing of the time and the day and the night. Yeah, so the a day is divided into night and day. But between night and day, we have 5 salawat. And the 5 salawat, if you follow the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then your all day is completely managed. Even during your sleep, you can feel like you're idle, but you're not idle if you follow the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Then you are considered to be in salah because you made Isha with the Jama'ah and Subh with the Jama'ah. Then you spend the whole night in salah, even though you were sleeping. And zakah is also our annual wealth management. That's the consequence of that is your contribution for the community, for the wider community, so that the community is good, is maintained. So here you can learn, you can, and this teaches you the wealth management. But the wealth management is also the budget management. You need to budget your expenditure so that you can have, mashallah, a good profit, so that this profit, out of this profit, you can give 2.5% of zakat on the yearly base. And then Hajj, subhanallah, Hajj. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ الْحَجْ. Who's gonna tell you what the Hajj is? It's a great journey. So much to say, but at least what we can say in our scope is that teaches you how to manage your budget, because you should be, once you have the condition of finance and physical and safety, then the Hajj is fard upon you. Then you need to manage your budget so that you can, mashallah, reach the level that you can pay the Hajj fee package. Then also how you will organize your journey for the Hajj. And mashallah, the result of Hajj will increase your strength and iman, give you ihsan and sabr and the all energy necessary so that you can, mashallah, better yourself once back. And the sawm, that manage your day, your night, and also is a month where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you an example how good Muslim you can be, and gives you an example, a glance on 1 month how pious you can be. And out of this, you need to make all the steps necessary to manage your life so that the remaining 11 months, mashallah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can be like you were in the Ramadan. So if you see in the pillars that we practice every year, every day, there's so much to learn, but we need to have time to reflect. Then comes وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and to advise each other, to help each other to achieve the goal, to support each other in justice, to support each other in passions, to refrain from wasting others' time. That's also a good advice. You just come and you start idle talks, lagwi talks, void talks. There's nothing to take out from this about except to backbiting or to do ghibat, or no, you're wasting your time and the times of others. So don't refrain from wasting others' time, and refrain from wasting your own time. It's an advice for yourself. And focus on your life, your time, to get the best of it. So that's what we can learn from this sentence. So we have seen through Wal Asr so much teachings, and here just a glance, subhanAllah, we can say we can do so much on this one surah for a long time. But here I wanted just to stress some points which can help us to manage our time better. And then what Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said regarding time management. عن ابن عباس رضي الله تعالى عنهما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس نعمتان مغبون فيهما كثير من الناس الصحة والفراغ رواه البخاري. Nabi Sallallahu said there are two blessings which many people lose, and they are health and free time. So if you don't manage your time so that you can get the best of it when you are healthy, of your free time, Then when you will be not feeling good, unhealthy, then you won't be able to enjoy your free time in a good time, in a good manner. Or you're healthy but you don't have no more time, then you cannot enjoy it as well. So you need to be managing your life in a good manner with balance. So this hadith warns us regarding the time wasters, the waste, because usually in this free time people waste it. So if you waste your life. Another hadith, عن ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: لا تزول قدم ابن آدم يوم القيامة من عند ربه عفوا حتى يسأل عن خمس: عن عمره فيما أفناه، عن شبابه فيما أبلاه، وماله من أين اكتسبه، وفيما أنفقه، وماذا عمل فيما علم، أو كما قال. So the feet of the son of Adam shall not move from before his Lord on the day of judgment, يوم القيامة, until he is asked about five things. يسأل عن خمس: عن عمره فيما أفناه, about his life and what he did with it, how you spent your life with it. وعن شبابه فيما أبلاه, about your youth and how he wear it out, how you spent it out. Because why there's mention of youth here over the life? Because in the life youth inside, because youth is where you have so much energy, physical energy, mental energy, mashallah. You do what, and it's the time where you have less commitments, less occupation. But how did you spend this? And then the wealth. وماله من أين اكتسبه ففيما أنفقه. The wealth, how you earned it and how you spent it. You should be cautious of that. Because if your mal is haram, then it renders many of the following of your life haram, because your wealth is a haram. So what you're gonna buy with it will be haram. So everything will be haram. So it's really important that you ensure that you don't take any haram wealth. And you spend this your halal earned wealth in the right way. And then last but not least, what Nabi Sallallahu said, وَمَاذَا عَمِلَ فِيمَا عَلِمَ, and what he did with what he knew, knowledge. It's important to learn knowledge, but then it's more important to ensure that what you learned you practice and you then convey. So it's going to be for you a sadaqah jariyah. So it's important to ensure these five things are answered properly by us now, not in the year after. Now we need to focus on this. And it's not too late. We have time. It's not too late. That's why we are here somehow, to ensure and have the right techniques, tips might be, and support to ensure that we can get the best of it, inshallah. So, and then the time management itself, how it's defined in our daily life. So time management is defined the way that you organize and plan how long you spend on specific activities. So just the way you make an organization and planning and how you will do your stuff. And the time management is also the ability to use one's time effectively or productively, especially at work. So usually time management, you can learn about this at work, this focused at work. But time management, it's really valuable for your life, because that's why I put work here. But work can be your job, work can be your work as a Muslim, how you can manage effectively and productively, how you can be a productive Muslim, how you can be effective in each and every actions. You have the khushu, you have the khudu', the concentration and devotion in your actions. That's time management as well. Then the practice of using time that you have available in a useful and effective way. So, and they stress here on the time that you have. They stress here the time that we have. So, yes, al-faragh, أو قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the time that you have, because if you look at your time, you have many occupations. If you look at the mother, the children, the house chores, and so on and so forth, there are some actions which are already defined for you. So now we can manage the time that is available out of all the necessary needs of your life. If you take all your necessary needs of your life, yeah, you have some time. This time, how you are going to manage? Because if you stop wastage, then you will gain effectiveness. So the time management is the process of planning, exercising conscious control of time spent on specific activities, tasks. Especially, the idea is to increase effectiveness, efficiency, and productivity. And the benefit of time management, what is it? As we have seen, greater productivity, efficiency, a better reputation in your life, because you manage your time. When you say, I'm going to be at 10 o'clock sharp, you'll be at 10 o'clock sharp. And currently, if you see the Muslims, we are well known for that. For what? For not be punctual. And punctual and being not punctual is a lack of time management. Less stress, because if you don't manage properly your time, you want to go to the airport to get your flight to New York. You need to be there 3 hours in advance. If you come 1.5 an hour in advance, then you will be stressful. Why? Because you need to go through all the checkings and queues and so on. So you might not board the flight. So you need to take your precaution. And time management will increase your opportunities to advance, because you can have more time so that you can learn more, and mashallah, and perfect your character and become a better Muslim. And time management will give you greater opportunities to achieve important life of goals. If you just imagine, you want to, mashallah, to go to do hajj, then you need to prepare your time and ensure that you get your leave and so on. Everything is done properly so that you can achieve this goal, which is an important goal of your life. But if you don't manage properly, then you can even miss the hajj season every year till you get older than you're physically unfit. But if you do fail the time management, and what will be the consequence? Especially as you can see in the picture, you will be running out of time. Time will something that you won't be controlling the time. The time will control you. Will control you. Sorry. So, and the result of this will be you miss the deadlines. You won't be able to keep your promise. You will be inefficient in your work. And if you do your work, you don't mind manage your time, then you will be poor. The quality will be poor. You will do your salah, but you will do in rush. You will read the Qur'an, but you won't ponder over it. And at the time of zakah, you say, "Oh, sorry, I don't have the money." But you should be, you know that the zakah will be coming, and similarly for the qurbani. Every year the Qurbani is there, but if you see the people in the last 5 days before Qurbani, they are just going around to find a sheep or camel or cow. Why? Because they just got to know now that's a Qurbani coming. But why haven't you prepared your Qurbani a month ago? You will buy your sheep, cheap, but now you're paying a cheap, which is a sheep is going to be expensive. and then it's also poor reputation for you, and you'll be stalled in your life, and you have a lot of depressions possible, or a lot of stress because you don't achieve. As subhanallah, I'm praying, I'm doing so much, but I don't feel comfortable, I don't see things are advancing, because you might be losing so much time in other activities. So here, uh, I want you to focus on time wasters. So, brothers and sisters who are there, could you please take time now to, write down in the chat box what you think as a time waster for you in few words. What do you think? What is time waster? Please use the chat box and give me your thought on what is a time waster for you. Because okay, from now you have heard me talking about this, but I want you contribute to this course to say and to tell me what is a time waster. Please go ahead. Tell me what is a time waster. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. Social media. Yeah, uh, you know, yeah. Spending time on social media, idle talks. Yes, being in idle talks. Just you call you're just feeling boring. You call to someone and you talk to him. You don't know why, and there's nothing will be out of this talk. Yeah, and being in the unnecessary gatherings. Yes, you know, and yeah, passing time in public. Yes, someone, some people, mashallah, do love to be outside, especially in public spaces. Just be there all the day. You just feel like what they do with the time. Yes, Ajib. Yeah, shopping as well. Yeah, because if you go and shop what is needed for you, alhamdulillah. But some goes to shopping, they call it window shopping. Just they go there and look around. It can be interesting so that you are preparing your real shopping in the sales time. Might be, but it shouldn't be a habit to be window shopping. You just go and they roam around Paris, have a look. They do, and they come back and say, "What do you have? What did you buy?" No, just not just window shopping. Ajib. Yes. So what you all said, this is correct, mashallah. This is correct. And yeah, and the window shopping nowadays, yeah, it's over the smartphone, which is a great disease currently. Yes. So and Jazakallah khair for your feedbacks. So now I try to put the 8 biggest time waster that we can find. So let's have a look. 8 biggest time waster that we can find is you know constantly checking your mails or phones, smartphones. Yeah, people, if you feel like they have a TOC, so they have a every time they are checking their phones, their mails. It's like, I'm sure even the CEO of Facebook he will not check his mail so much. Even myself with my own company, my own company phone, I don't check so much my mails. But with my own phone, I'm checking every time. I don't know why. I'm not expecting so much mails. Most of the mails are coming. I've within 99% of my mails are, public advertisement, or things like this. So why the need to check your mails? You need to be honest to yourself. Sometimes we need to feel that we are so much important. Yeah, we are important. You're important as a Muslim, but you're more, and it's more important that you don't lose time. And secondly, constantly checking your social media status or post or your Netflix accounts or any video stuff. Why? On the social media, you just go, you see some great information from scholars. Why not? But then if you go on your videos, on the videos or on the photos, then you just scroll, and then you can spend. You want it just to check for a few minutes, but then you ended up checking for half an hour, and you don't, and you haven't felt it. Just it has gone like this. So yeah, these are the time wasters for you. You should really check, and especially, mashallah, now with the phones, you can see they give you an indication how much you spend on what type of subjects. Yeah, so it's important to you check and try to reduce your time. If you see you spend 3 hours of your week on your phone, then try to reduce it to the least necessary time. And thirdly, bulky to-do list. People have so much a big bulk to-do list, and then you spend time to check what is in your to-do list. A to-do list is, to be efficient, you shouldn't have more than 5 lines inside, 5 post-it or 5 stuff. If you have more, it's not efficient at all. So be efficient. Fix in your to-do list of the day three, four things to do, nothing more. And then another time waster is multitasking. You want to do everything at the same time, then and you end up doing nothing or few things, but it's not done with the right quality, sorry. So it's important that you avoid multitasking and try to focus on what is important, and make a prioritization of your task. And the fifth is the being a perfectionist. People, due to this, to show that it's a perfect, they do so much time to this. Subhanallah. you know do your stuff, be perfect in your salah, but in the dunya, if it's required to do it in such a manner. If you fulfill the requirement, that's it. Why do you want to ensure everything is proper, and you spend so much time and you're really proud of it? No, it's not necessary. SubhanAllah, if you would have been, mashallah, done the stuff as is required, and then the time that you usually use to make it perfect, you can use it to do your salat al nabi and make dua and make 2 rak'ah to ensure that your the event that you wanted to prepare, mashallah, goes well, because people are not looking for that. They are looking that, mashallah, everything is done, is okay, it's fine. They are not coming to check each and every piece of stuff which is perfect or not. You put your own pressure for that. Why? Have you done so in your muamalat? Have you done so in your ibadat? No, you're not perfection in your ibadat. And sixth, unnecessary meetings, talks, outings that you said. And seventh, which is really important, is saying yes, because the thieves are coming to steal your time. But if they ask you to do some unnecessary stuff, some idle stuff, some stuff which is not really valuable for you, and you accept because you want to be kind, then you will lose your time. So sometimes you need to learn to know to say no. And then postponing harder tasks, or procrastinating, because harder tasks give you great achievement. But you say, oh, it's hard, I need to do this. Also, I will do it afterwards. Then you focus on less quality, less important tasks, but it's easy for your nerves to do. Because harder task, where you really gain so much benefit, it's hard for your nerves to do. So it's also an education for your nerves. So nerves will say, "Well, procrastinate, let it do afterwards." So it's really important that we focus. So these are the 8 biggest time wasters, that we can find. So, and for that, subhanAllah, the special mention is going to be the story of the Sahabi called Ka'b bin Malik. I won't read all the stuff, but just to put it in few words, he did procrastination. He said, okay, I'm going to prepare for the expedition of Tabuk. Expedition of Tabuk, it's the last expedition on which Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam participated, because afterwards, mashallah, he went, he left this world. And Ka'b ibn Malik was, mashallah, wealthy and so on. Everything was there, but just procrastinated. I have time. I have time. When he heard the army went, he said, I have a horse which is really fast. I can catch up. And he procrastinated so much that what happened, the army left, and left so far that he was not able to reach them. Then he missed the opportunity to do a great good. And he messed up the fight with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So and then what happened? The result of this, that once the army were back, he was boycotted. He's a true Muslim, mashallah. He was seriously upset, and he was regretful. And the whole Medina started to boycott, until even his Nabi Sallam told to his wife to get away from him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, they were feeling like in narrowness in her heart, despite the earth being vast. And what happened? They sincerely repented. They come back to Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they were truthful, and they showed their repentance. And Nabi Sallallahu said, I'm waiting for the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then after 40 days, mashallah, or even 40, 50 days, I forgot, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala freed themselves and accepted their repentance in the Surah Tawbah. And just imagine the effect of procrastination was great for the Ka'ab ibn Malik and two others of his companion. So if you do this, you will face a severe consequence. Sorry. So do your best. Allah Ta'ala will put barakah in our time and our life. But you need to show to Allah SWT that you want to manage, you want to do. And then Allah will give you barakah on that. So now let's, we have 7 minutes left. I'll try to give you roughly some concrete steps how to achieve time management. And subhanAllah, for that, I would say you need to have a workshop on that. I would say, but here just to show you what you can have, and I can also invite you to check further in internet, so then you can have precise background of this. So let's start from the first one, which is the Eisenhower method. The Eisenhower method, it's a quadrant like this. You have urgent matters, important matters, not important, not urgent. So in the first quadrant one, here is all the urgent, important matters that you need to do now, and it give you a lot of pleasure and a lot of benefit. Yeah. So it's like Salah, you need to do now. You cannot procrastinate. And usually in this quadrant Q1, the procrastinator, we won't do it. They will burn out. They will say, no, it's too much. I want to, Salah is coming, but I would prefer to watch the match or the TV, the video. So here the effect of not being in the quadrant one is usually procrastinators are doing this. They just say hard tasks. So hard tasks, I will do it afterwards. But you need to focus on this first. As a Muslim, all which is we feel like it is here, such as Salah, such as doing good deeds and so on, we need to do it first. And then you have another quadrant number 2, which is not urgent, but it's important to do, like making your time management, planning everything. You're doing your relaxations, doing your building your social relationships is important. But here, if you see the prioritizer, what is going to do, what is not urgent, so I don't care. But no, it's important. But we need to spend time to ensure that we do this stuff. If you don't plan your management, time management, then you will never be successful. So you need to take time, but it's not something urgent. It's not like salah. Then you have the quadrant number three, which is urgent but not important, like calls. eh, Someone invite you to a restaurant. Yeah, it's something urgent because he said you need to come in within this evening, but it's not something important. And the one who's going to fall for that is the yes man, the one who says yes to everyone. In the end, he will be disappointing himself and the others. And the last but not least, the quadrant four is not urgent, not important. So if you are, and check your life, and if you see you're doing actions which is in the quadrant number four, then you're losing so much. You're being slack. So you should try to ensure that you do actions from the quadrant number one. So this is what's behind the Eisenhower method. So I advise you to put this and focus. It helps you to plan and focus. And then there's another method. It's called the POSIX method. The POSIX method is stands for prioritizing by organizing, streamlining, economizing, and contributing. It What's the idea behind of that is by attending your personal responsibility, you focus on yourself, you do yourself first, then you become someone better and you can be contributing. So here it's focused on yourself, but here is focused on the contribution of to others. So this method helps you to balance your life with you and the others. Okay, helps you balance your life with you and the others. Then it's called the POSIX method. And if you focus on this method, then mashallah, you can focus on what's important and do benefit. Once you benefit, you have time, you feel good, then you can use the other time to help people, to support them, to be an individual which is contributing to the outer community. So this method helps you to find this. So here I just I don't want to go delve into all this, but you can find this method explainedly deeply into what to say in the internet. But it's really important, this method, because it helps you to focus and to ensure that you organize yourself in the better way. And then there's another technique. This one is to focus on your task. Once you have planned, organized, and have a to-do list, then if you want to do something, you can use the Pomodoro technique. It's a technique coming from Italy, and Pomodoro means tomato in Italian, sorry. And the guy who did this used a timer which is in the form of tomato. That's why it's called Pomodoro technique. And it's easy. What does it mean? You just decide, pick off one task that you use in your to-do list. You set a timer to 20 minutes or whatever minutes you want. You focus on your work. No disturbance. You focus on it. You work. And then you make a short break after the time that you fixed. So usually 25 minutes, 40 minutes maximum, not more. And then once you have taken the break, then you go back for another 25 minutes to ensure that you finish your job. And this is a cycle that you need to do depending on the need, once, twice, thrice, or 4 times, not more. They advise you to use it only up to 4 times a day, not more. And then otherwise you will be your brain will feel lazy and so on. So concretely, these are the steps to achieve a good time management. Writing things down, making a prioritization of your list, planning your week and day, note it down, things thing to give up, so that you can bright up your day, So all this here is, if you follow all these steps, inshallah, it will help you to find a good management of your life. Okay, so but I have already told about all this in the previous slide. So if you just feel and follow this, inshallah ta'ala, it will help you. So just to finish, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. Until when death comes, the one of them, he will say, my Lord, send me back, so that I may act righteously in that world which I have left behind. Never, it's simply a word he utters, and in front of such people, they are a barrier till the day when they will be resurrected. So, brothers and sisters, it's really important that we ponder over our time. We ensure, inshallah ta'ala, that we spend valuable time worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For that, we need to start right now managing our time in the right way, inshallah ta'ala. So so if you manage your time, inshallah, you will increase your lifetime. وآخر دعوانا عن الحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خير for your participation and your attendance. Inshallah, may Allah reward you, accept you, and you take benefit of this course and make dua, inshallah, for us. And inshallah, if you want to know better our madrasa, inshallah, feel free to go on the internet and check, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك نستغفرك ونتوب إليك نستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.